baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me? Can you guys hear that intro? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me try it again. Damn, StreamYard, I'm over you. Welcome, guys. Come on in. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what makes love exception? So why? My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know All right, cuties. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this quick little live. We're not going to be here long. Baby, when I tell you I woke up so confused, shout out to the cuties that sent me the clips of the deplorableness of Destiny Payton. But I took it a step further. Your girl went ahead and signed up for an account on the streaming service, Philo, that released this. And we got the full clip. So I will not be playing the video of that clip. But for the Patroni Cuties, we'll definitely have to come up with a time. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. I would love to bring it to you guys today. But I'll put up a poll or something, and, we can definitely map out some time to go over that together. I'm disgusted. And I think that it is more people behind this than we think. And for those of you that don't know what's going on, that scene was released. The full scene. And I got it. Was released. Hopefully Melody Cherie has it. If not, I got it if it's needed for her attorneys. But hit the like button. Let me come in and say some hellos. Child, Aunt Debbie had me worried. Do you hear me? Well, child, Aunt Debbie, don't you call me and don't answer that phone when I call you back. I was ready to book a ticket to the Shy. Okay. Um, all right, sis. Thank you for joining me, Pink Ziba. But let me say some quick hellos, and then we gonna get on with the get on. But before I get there, don't nobody put pause on folks no more. Don't nobody pull up. I'm gonna start with that. Ciao. Shout out to the Cutie crew. Amazing Love in Mary Huntsville live watch party last night of the reunion. I'll give a recap on that as well at some point. Yeah, sis LaDawn. Ooh, girl. But shout out to Girlfriend Chronicles, B, Donna Colley, Mar, Crystal Hayes, Pretty Eyes, Just Listening, Judy, Lavinia, my Aunt Debbie, Gia, Nisi D, Paper Chase, Chronicles of Kim K, Bridget O'Cook, Angie B. I'm going to take a quick breather. We still under 10 minutes, so you guys know we try to acknowledge, I do, those of you that take the time out of your day to watch my videos. Angie B is here. Linda Gamble, Tanisha, Big Queen Shiznit, K Game Changer. Again, my sis Pink Diva, Kathy, DG, Cookie from the Shy. Shout out to Daughter of Israel. Daughter of Israel, I saw your Cash App after we got out yesterday. Thank you. Leah's grandma, Kelly. Let's see. Butterfly Kisses. Carmen. To Be Real. Romita. Pink Hearts Forever. Tay. Sharon. Jodeci. Sweet Vern. Fatu. Be in Peace, Not Pieces. Sweet Essence. I'm still going, guys. Essie. Carmen. I think I got you. Leah's grandma. Let's see. It's Tay T. Tay. I Am Blessed. Pecan Pam. Sabrina. Patricia J. Brittany. Janae. LaDawn. Nina. Dakota. Nikki's News. MD Hill. Y'all in here. Let's see. I'm getting down to the bottom. Victorious. Barbara E. Let's be clear. Miss Texas. I'm trying. I don't want to miss anybody. Beatrice, did I get you? Renee. Vanessa, hello. Lionel. All right, guys. Woo chow. I got to take a swallow of water. We got to get started. Yvonne is here. And Angie B, I think I got you. Sweet Essence, yeah, the Super Bowl is a couple hours. Okay, Victoria, Burgundy Road, Burgundy Ray. All right, if I missed any of you guys, Mary Faith, all of you guys, my degree is real. Thank you guys so much. I have to get started. Carmen, I totally agree. But I started off with this question. Don't nobody pull up. Some people you just got to pull up on. That's just period. It don't matter the age. It don't matter at all. For Destiny to be the one to have the audacity to say she would dog walk somebody over somebody that wasn't her husband. Teresa, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my phone, but I hope you guys understand. It is not purposely. I got to stop looking at my phone. Hello to each and every one of you. But for Destiny to be the one to say she would dog walk somebody, when I tell you, and I don't condone violence, let me say that, I will dog walk the hell out of Destiny Payton. That's just on period. So let me get this straight. Destiny has been begging for Mel's friendship after it ended for years, right? Begging to be back in Mel's good graces. Is it just me? Am I the only one that picked up on that? Manice, baby. Let me know. I've been looking at Destiny beg since the friendship ended. Destiny is the one that said, I'm sorry. Destiny is the one that said, I miss you. Destiny is the one that said, I love you. Destiny is the one that's slapped Mel on her earth. Wait a minute now. You slapped Mel on her earth. And I hope that the statute of limitations aren't up. I will go down there and file charges on your earth for SA. It wasn't wanted. It wasn't asked for. And baby, the groomed is going around slapping folks on their earth, telling them they love them, they miss them, all of that. Destiny is low down, and she's dangerous. And to the rest of the cast that sat there quietly, y'all gonna be next. See, when there is not a limit to what a person would do or say, your time is coming. If you just sit back and watch and listen to some bullshit. But this is my thing. For Destiny to be crazy enough to openly say what she said, that Mel and Martell tried to groom her, that lets me know that, yeah, LeBaric was absolutely right to leave her earth 3 weeks after she gave birth. LeBaric is absolutely right to keep her ass in court. Tandra, do you see the eyes? That's why I made sure to put that on this thumbnail. Do you see the eyes? That says a lot. I don't believe any of Destiny's DV claims now, period. And it's not just because of this, but this shows the level that she is willing to stoop to because people don't want her ass no more. Mel didn't want her as a friend. LeBaric don't want her as a wife. And look at what she said. She's sick. And I'm confused because in that reunion yesterday, she had the nerve to say she's healed. Girl, where? Girl, how? Girl, what? And that's why I have said, even before seeing this, that whole situation between her and Dion is bullshit. You're not healed, ma'am. Your actions show that you haven't even started the healing process. But they wonder why people been out here slanging and banging for Melody Cherie damn near day one. This is why. Destiny, news flash to you. If you don't or didn't have concrete proof that Mel, I'm going to exclude Martell, that Mel wanted to have a threesome with you, you are a complete idiot to say something that is so defamatory. Kingdom Reign is complete idiots to make sure that they didn't do their due diligence and go to all of the platforms, networks that stream Love and Marriage Huntsville and make sure that that was removed. They released the defamatory shit and own. And I hope that Mel take they ass down. I hope she take them down. But I'm going to give Destiny another news flash. If a couple, Destiny, is into having threesomes and they ask you, that's not grooming. And we know that they didn't because In that clip, and you guys will hear the audio, in that clip, Martell Holt said, I don't recall none of that. But this is where I'm confused about Destiny scandalous lying ass. I want to know, Destiny, if you felt that way when there were discussions, allegedly, about you, Kimmy, and Maurice having threesomes. Can somebody let me know? Did she say that Kimmy and Maurice wanted to groom her? Please let me know, somebody. Christine, spot on. I just said that. Did Destiny say that about Kimmy and Maurice? Who is Destiny? That's why she was sitting up on that stage trying to look like Jessica Rabbit or something like that. Like she exudes sex appeal and everybody wants me. No, you're a pass around. Because I just mentioned the whole conversation about Destiny, Kimmy, and Maurice, or whoever proposition who, allegedly whatever went on. It was on the episode. You're a pass around because you then, after knowing Kimmy and Maurice or whatever y'all discussed, went after Kimmy's son. Right? Now, we know that Martell Holt came out here and said that Maurice and Marceau allegedly are down with sharing at the same damn time. But Destiny, what you wanted, the mama and the son as well? Allegedly. We know that Martell Holt, this is my opinion only, is an ex-fiend. So much so that he lost his damn family and wife over it. But for Destiny to try to put Mel in that position, I will say again, if Mel was down with any of that, what the hell she getting divorced for? If she go with the flow, why is she getting a divorce? And Mel made sure to say in this audio, I have never come on to any of these people. None of them. But Destiny, everybody want her, right? Destiny made sure to use the choice of words that she used on purpose. Grooming. But you're sitting up there with your bro, right? You're sitting up there with Martell Holt, the man who pled guilty to DV charges, the one that tried to groom you. How do you separate that, Destiny? Somebody let me know. How you separate that? This chick is dangerous. In the audio, she said that while spending the night at Mel and Martell's home, she was afraid. She was scared. Mel, if you don't sue this, oh, child. If you don't make sure, if you haven't started the process already, separate charges for Destiny Payton. You scared. What? Scared. But again, you still with your bro, right? You still walking around with Martell Holt. That was his house as well. And out of your mouth, you said they. But then, I'm going to play the audio. Cutie crew, Patroni Cuties, we will look at the video at a later time. It'll probably be tomorrow because, again, it's Super Bowl Sunday. And I want us to be able to have a discussion about it and all of that. How do you separate that? So you was walking through Mel and Martell's house. You was scared of them, of Mel, but not Martell. You'll hear in a second, Mama, too. Unbelievable. I cannot stand low life trollops like Destiny and Coleslaw. They are equal to me. They are equal. Nothing different when it comes to Destiny. Absolutely nothing. As far as them not having any morals, don't care who they hurt. Mel walked away from Destiny and didn't look back. Mel wasn't out here dogging this girl out, coming out with claims about this or that. What's scary is the hatred that Destiny got for Mel, the hatred that Martell has for Mel, and the hatred that Ariana Curry has for Mel. And I'm just going to go ahead and include the whole goddamn cast, including Carlos King. It is so obvious, again, for me, why Mel walked away from that shit. I'm about to get into Tisha MD Hill. I'm about to get into Tisha as well. Tisha, you ain't shit. You haven't said shit about what Destiny said in this audio that we'll listen to in the years that you've been on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Never. And Tisha and Mel has been going back and forth with each other where this would have been come out. Mel and Marceau has had their fair share of arguments and tiffs. Shit has been conveniently released on Facebook and all of that when it comes to the people on this show. And this is the first time we hearing all this. Tisha felt like Mel did something inappropriate when it comes to her marriage. And Tisha, for you to say that at the start, but flip it at the end, absolutely not. No, ma'am. Everybody would be getting some type of charges for admitting that they knew about and witnessed and watched the revenge feed. Everybody would be in courts. But before I play this audio, I'm just going to ask again, don't nobody pull up in Huntsville? Don't nobody sit and wait on blocks at night? That's how we roll from the shop. Don't nobody believe in straight up putting them paws on people? When is enough enough? Look, I ain't down with the high road no more. All of them have gotten a high road treatment from Mel, and I get it. She got a whole lot to lose, much more than me. I ain't down with it. Shit like this, girl, bye. By the time you would have been getting off that plane from filming in LA for that reunion, it would have been on and popping. Who you playing with like that? Just because you're miserable, just because you're sad, just because you're a poor excuse, you're going to try to tarnish my name. And the look in her eyes, everybody should be scared. Everybody. As far as how low she can go. Everybody. Martell, she'll have some charges on your ass next. She ain't got shit to lose. Nothing. But this is what I just really don't understand. Destiny, you have been on the show, off the show, back on the show, and you ain't never said this shit. When Mel said in that episode last night that it was obvious to her that the people on one side probably got together, and I can't even say that now. Tisha was there as well. Got together the night before that reunion or whenever they got together and came up with a lot of BS. Mel didn't lie. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. with the hopes of we'll be able to discuss all this next season. Ain't no next season. Destiny, you are a low-life trizamp from messing around, let me go and say allegedly, with married men, messing around while you're married, messing around with your bro, messing or wanting to mess around with mama and son, wanting to mess around with associate son, Nell Fletcher, Lance. You're a trizamp. That's it. That's all. Don't nobody desire that. I can guarantee you, look, to anybody that may be same-sex loving, kudos to you. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But I can guarantee you this. If Mel were into that, Destiny, you wouldn't even be on the list. Seriously. The shit that this girl said is damaging. Her body language and reactions and ass bucking, all of that is very, very telling. And for her to have that mental Mondays with Dion all this time, like I've been saying, was straight BS from day one. Because Dion said she's not going to re-traumatize Destiny by holding her accountable. But Dion, your ass should have recognized if Destiny was ever claiming this, that's not something that you and her should have been sitting back talking about the people involved with, period. If it happened, you probably would have said you probably need to go and file some charges. How is anyone, I'm not even going to say Mel or Martell, because again, Martell is an actual deviant, a thing. That's Martell. He down for anything with anybody at any time. I'm not even going to include Mel in that. Dion didn't say, wait a minute now. If he groomed you, you probably shouldn't be around him, girl. You're not scared? All of it was BS in a quest to ruin Melody Cherie. Wow. Wow. So let's go ahead and take a listen to some of this audio. You guys know I'm going to be, and I'm not showing the video on YouTube. And you guys know I'm going to stop and play. It is allowed under fair use. And let me go ahead and put that banner up. This is trifling. This is trifling. Let me also put up the copyright disclaimer. If StreamYard would just go ahead and do what you need to do, StreamYard. All right. So this is covered under the Copyright Disclaimer Act of 1976. It is allowed for fair use for what I'm doing, criticizing the hell out of these lies. A mess. A mess. This is a mom. And LeBaric, I hope you got this, sir. I hope you got it. And since Destiny was at one point going to be a character witness for Martell, if I was LeBaric, I would go ahead and have Melody Cherie as a character witness for me. And before we listen to this, this is another attempt. And again, Martell so goddamn goofy, because you better believe he and Destiny talked about this shit as well. He's so goofy and slow. He already admitted, so that this can't be introduced as far as anything when it comes to his case with Mel. But I do think that that was a part of this plot to possibly be an interference in his case. But Mr. Martell Holt, for anybody that didn't hear it, he said, I can't recall none of that. I don't give a damn how goofy he was looking and laughing and smiling. He's a goofball. But Destiny, your bro messed up your whole plot in your attempts to assist him, just like Coleslaw. We see how you ended up hanging out with coleslaw. We see all of that. Mel did too. Even before all of this was said, because there was something about you that let her know, yeah, no, I can't ever be friends with her again. Really see. You're trash. You're low down. You're dirty. You're scandalous. You're trifling. I could go on and on and on. And for any woman, damn, it's like, wow. I think about Stormy, Kimmy, Tisha. For any of y'all to sit there and feel comfortable enough sitting next to somebody that would do this. Who said something about character? Was that Maurice? Maurice, I wonder if this is disparaging to Mel's character. Nell Fletcher, all of y'all. I wonder if this is, I'm so confused. But you all will continue to film with her. I hope they take this trash off ASAP. You all will continue to film with her. Somebody that's this low down. Damn, who would have thought Love in Mary Huntsville would have turned out like this? Let's go ahead and take a listen and a look. Shout out to you guys. Hit the like button for me, please. I know I didn't speak to a lot of you all. And I'm going to play this and react, and then we're going to get out of here. So this is a quick one. But let's take a listen. Again, if you are a member, we will watch this on Patreon.
So you and Martell are very close. When you were not doing the show, did you and Martell maintain the friendship even off season?
I maintained the friendship with everybody during off season.
She maintained the friendship with the groomer, child. I hope you guys heard that. She maintained a friendship with the groom. Hold on, let me put this on my stand so I could put the speaker right here. Where's the speaker? All right, and let's continue.
Assume that you and Martell are more than friends. Mm-hmm. And you made a comment on this show that you could have been involved in a threesome between Martell, Melody, and you. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys what you don't see. Mel looking like, what the fuck? Martell being goofy, smiling, his head going from left to right. Dumbass nigga. Let's continue.
Telling Melody proposition you for a threesome?
I wouldn't say it was a proposition.
I gotta stop right there. She just said, I wouldn't say it's a proposition. If you wouldn't say it was a proposition, what are you saying? And why? Either it was or it wasn't. Ain't no in between. And again, while she's saying this, Martell looking stupid, looking like, I don't remember this, but okay. Let's continue.
A lot of conversations about certain things. And
now she said there was a lot of conversations about certain things. And when she said that, she looks over to Martell with this big smile. Wait a minute now, not the groomer. Where they do that at? Mel still looking puzzled. Let's go.
Accident happened, and yeah.
Is that true, Melody?
I don't know.
I can't recall none of it. What?
I just gotta pause it. Martell Holt said, and the shock look on Destiny's face. Again, we'll watch this together. When Martell said, I can't recall none of that. Destiny looking at him like, nigga, didn't we talk about this? Didn't we talk about this? Wow. But Mel says she didn't. Let me just play.
You smiling from ear to ear then? I'm smiling. So I see.
Can you get her to elaborate? Because I don't know.
Destiny, Melody would like you to elaborate because she has no idea what you're talking about.
One of the conversations I will address is.
There's been more than one?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Oh.
But there would have been more openness to a threesome had Martell stopped cheating with.
So if Mel didn't tell you, Destiny, there would have been more openness with you, Destiny, if Martell wasn't cheating with coleslaw. If you didn't hear her say that out of her mouth, what are you talking about? What are you, girl?
That's a lie straight from hell. That's a lie. No.
Mel said that's a lie straight from hell.
That conversation was had at your house.
A threesome between the three of y'all or between...
That she was open to threesomes with Martell. Had he stopped cheating with...
No, but you though.
No. That was a conversation, but...
Let me just continue.
I felt like, why we keep talking about this? Y'all talked about how y'all were in a hotel room and y'all started having sex and your was in the bed next to you. Who talked about that? I'm sorry. Who had a conversation?
Now, all while this is going on, and I'm sorry, guys, but I definitely just didn't want the video on YouTube. Destiny keeps looking over at Martell. And Destiny's trying to say that Mel and Martell had X in a room with somebody. She's looking over at him. He looking stupid. He looking down. She looking like, didn't you tell me to say this? This is crazy.
Conversation about something like that. Y'all had a conversation with me about that. I ain't had no conversation with you about that. Of course you haven't. No, I have not. Okay. Yeah, no, I have not. Okay.
No. Martell, is that true? Whatever Destiny said.
Now, his goofy ass. Carlos said, Mel said, I ain't never said that. That's a lie. But Carlos then just asked Martell, is that true? He looked goofy. He looked stupid. Clear sign that he's a liar. He's been doing it for all these years. And this Negro just had the nerve to say whatever Destiny said. What? The father of 4 kids with Mel. The level of low that these people will go is crazy. Let's continue.
No, honestly, no.
So did it happen? Did y'all start having?
And he just said then, Destiny, no. Honestly, no. So he let y'all know that never happened. I never said that, which will line right up to Mel saying it never happened. Who put this shit in Destiny's head, or did she just make all this shit up?
In the room with her in the bed, and she woke up and said, "I know y'all not."
Yes, I believe you know this.
Destiny, if your ass wasn't in a hotel room with anybody, why are you the one that's saying this? It's exactly Rob, third-party harassment. Facts. But you sitting there saying this with your chest like you were in the hotel room. That's hearsay, ma'am. And I'm about to sue your ass for saying this on a national platform. That is hearsay. You can say everything about everybody, but you still haven't been able to say what went on with you and LaBerry. But your memory is crystal clear when it comes to everything else, though, right? Vivid memory. That's hearsay. Any lawyer would tell you that. If you weren't in that room, you don't know what happened in that room. You don't know if somebody told you that, whether it's true or false. Sue her ass, Mel. Let's continue.
I don't remember nothing like that happening at all.
Okay, but the thing is this.
And I'm actually taking her back.
So the thing is this, Destiny, when you made that comment on camera, and
crazy.
I want to make sure that if y'all all disagree, then let me know. But it appeared that these two requested a threesome with you specifically.
There were conversations, there were situations where it is grooming. For you to have...
Out of her mouth, you guys just heard it, there were conversations and situations where this was grooming. But let's listen to this fool break down her definition of grooming.
Those type of open conversations with people consistently, it's grooming. You're asking me to spend a night.
All right. Open conversations with people, which again, I believe is a lie. Grooming is not done openly, Destiny. I don't know if you heard of swingers. You know what I mean? And most times, people that are swingers may have conversation with people. And we know you, if this ever happened with Martell, because we know Mel ain't asked your ass shit. She said that she gonna say it in this audio. But if Martell was having conversations with you, like that, your brother now, that's just having a conversation to see if you down for the get down. That's not grooming. And Destiny know that. She know that. Let's continue.
Multiple times, Nell, you've been witness to that. Sex. You can stay over. Like,
well, I told you need to get your ass up and go home.
So I'm gonna pause right there. Destiny then turns to Nell Fletcher and said, Nell, you know that. Talking about when they all used to hang out at the Holtz home. And Nell Fletcher said, and I told you to get your ass up and go home. But see, when you are like Destiny, you don't want to go home. You want to stay. Let's continue.
It was many nights, me, you, Mel, Chris was up talking outside, having a good time.
and who didn't want to go?
Nope, you didn't want to go.
And you said,
So Destiny looked and shocked at Nell Fletcher right now. Nell Fletcher just said, and you guys know that. My question is, where was LeBaric? Hanging out as couples, Angie B. Exactly. And Nell Fletcher just confirmed that. We all were there. We all were laughing, joking, kicking it outside. Nell Fletcher made sure to say outside. And Melody then asks, and who didn't want to go? Nell Fletcher looks, points at Destiny. Destiny didn't want to go. This chick is cuckoo. Let's continue.
and you have spent the night at my house. Like, so what? You were not. What the hell?
You were nervous.
So I don't know. Ooh, this chick is evil. Did you guys just hear that? Mel said, and you spent the night at our house. What's the big deal? Destiny said, yep, and I was nervous. How damaging is that? And she had the nerve to say that she was vindicated. You sitting there with a smile on your face saying that you was nervous. No, nervousness equals scared. I'm not smiling while I'm saying I was nervous. No, I was in fear for my life. I didn't know what they was going to do to me. They could have took me in this room. They could have I'm confused. The slapper on the asser, Destiny Payton, you was nervous. The pass around that been with everybody, you and nervous. Wait a minute now, not Miss Self-Acclaimed, Big D Energy. You were nervous? Girl, bye.
I've ever tried to touch you. I've ever came on to you. I've never done that.
Now, right there, Mel said, when have I ever tried to touch you? When did I ever try to come on to you? Destiny said, I never said that. Your ass playing a dangerous game, Destiny. Girl.
But you said you were nervous. Like you weren't going around trying to have threesomes with your husband.
Girl,
you are lying.
Girl, you are not open to it.
I've never
Remember, you know what?
Did you not get on your knees and slap on the hook of the cook in the back of the limo on your 10-year anniversary in front of all these people? Did it happen?
All right, so I don't know if you guys heard that. I will say this. Like I said, when the Martell was shopping around and made sure that it got out, we didn't see it, but the screenshots of that he sent Mel. What grown married folks do is their business. What grown folks do is their business. Any act that was done between Mel and her husband, Destiny, was her business. How would you know, Destiny, what went on their 10th anniversary trip? Dinners. Insert Tisha. How would you know that, Destiny? Again, when you're talking about something where you weren't there, that is hearsay. That's hearsay. You sitting here repeating it. Oh, child, I'm glad I just caught myself as far as what I was about to say, because I could have ended up in somebody's courtroom. You sitting here repeating it like it's fact. You sitting here repeating it like you were there. You sitting here repeating it like you saw something with your own eyes. And even when it comes to this that she just said about Mel and Martell allegedly having some type of fun on a limo, you weren't there. And I'm about to sue your ass. That's what I'm about to do. But Destiny, maybe again, if you was concerned with only your husband and the things that you were doing with him, again, you got this crystal clear ass memory when it comes to everybody else, but can't say shit about your own goddamn marriage. Whatever Mel did while married is her business. Whatever. However, that's her business. Now, these rumors about you being with Moses, allegedly, while he was married, you dropping it low and spreading wide. You flying into St. Louis, and out of your own mouth, you said he had multiple women. We may be able to look at you like a Trizam, but what Mel did with her husband is her damn business. And again, if Mel was down with the get down, Mel, what's the reason for divorcing him? Just like you said on the girls' trip, how she was trying to get Ariane to respectfully cheat. And then when Mel called you out on that, you said, well, I perceived. No, that's not how this works. You can perceive a lot of things. That's not how this works. When you coming out here and saying this with your chest, that this happened, that happened, you can't perceive shit and make that the truth. This girl is cuckoo. She's dangerous. She's deplorable. She's delusional. All of the above. Let's finish. Tisha, you ain't shit either. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Up next on the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion.
Marcel text Mel, and I think he was like, I'm rooting for you guys. And Mel was like, you mean me and Martell or just me?
Have you and Martell ever had sex?
No.
Hold on, guys. Let's gonna get through this.
No.
Has Martell ever seen you pics?
Welcome. Hit the like button for me.
But you said you were like you weren't going around trying to have threesomes with your husband. Girl, you are lying. Girl, you are not open to it. I've never remember. You know what? Did you not get on your knees and slap on a hook and a cook in the back of the limo on your 10-year anniversary in front of all these people? What does that have to do with conversation? What does that have to do with conversation? And you want to act like you put on just because they don't respect you. They should have never seen that. You were grounded.
Now, allegedly, this BS that she's trying to say again, and Martell sitting here with his head down now. Again, Martell, with your bald-headed, crazy ass, you're going to have to answer to all of this one day with your kids. I wish I could be a fly on the wall. That shit that you pulling right now with those kids is not going to work in the future. But for Destiny to say, if they on a party bus or whatever the hell was going on, and no, I don't ever think that Mel sat there in front of everybody else and slobbed Martell's hook in the crook. How you know it's crooked, Destiny? How you know it's a hook in a crook? And why is your anger directed towards her? Martell Holt, in my opinion, is the ex-fiend. You know that. But I'll say it again. Whatever happened between Mel and Martell while they were married is their business. Why you so mad? Baby, I was sue the shit, and I know I never get nothing, but she ain't got nothing. Ooh, let's continue.
Okay, let me say this. Be very married men and women. Well, let me tell you, be very careful about saying things that are inaccurate.
And Mel put a stop to that right there. Be very careful about saying things that are inaccurate. You crazy Looney Tune. You sitting there talking about some shit and you wasn't even there. I didn't hear not one time, well, this is what I heard or whatever. This girl is crazy. Let's continue.
Let me say, you're saying that I was walking around grooming somebody on your knees. You weren't there, but I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna get on my knees and slob on somebody's in front of people unless I want them to join in. That is what that is. That's grooming. Did you ever feel like I was grooming you and Marcel to have a threesome with me and Martell? Talk about the inappropriate text. I said Marcel. What inappropriate text? Yeah, talk.
So again, Tisha, you're not shit. Because right there in that moment, but Tisha knows she's the one that told Destiny that. Destiny, I believe, I don't know, put her own spin on it and said this whole grooming part. But Tisha is going to admit that she's the one that told Destiny about that. And Tisha, you should have said no. So now Tisha is going to attempt to try to blame Mel for some shit. Then she realizes bullshit what she's saying. Then she gonna change. Oh, let's go.
What inappropriate text did I send to Marcel?
Okay, so I feel like at the time when Destiny speaks on the limousine situation, the whole situation, the limousine was Marcel's idea. It was
So Tisha saying whatever limousine situation that was Martell's idea. Destiny, I don't hear shit about Martell. Let's continue.
Marcel's suggestion. He suggested that. And Mel was like, okay.
Tisha said suggested that. Tisha didn't say did that. She ain't say that.
And he got upset. He was like, y'all not gonna do it. We was like, hell no, we ain't doing that. But it was Martell.
So
Destiny, now would have been the perfect time for you to say, you know what? Oh, my bad, Mel. I'm sorry. Because you said that shit over there in the girls' trip. Tisha just said it was Martell that said all of that to all of them. Again, this whole ex-fiend that lost everything, his whole life, everything, kids, wife, standing in the community, everything over X, over SX. But when Tisha just broke that down to you, Destiny, if you weren't a low life, you would have said, damn, I'm sorry. I cannot. Let's continue.
And I asked about the inappropriate text.
Hey, how did you hear about that? Because it was 6 people in the limo.
I told her when I was pissed off with Martell.
So Tisha said she told Destiny, again, this whole plot. Tisha said she told Destiny when she was mad at Martell. Tisha, you also told Destiny so Destiny can do exactly what she's doing right now. So many headlines or videos on YouTube. Plot against Mel, plot against Mel. That's what this was. But Tisha, we also heard some shit about you that go down in vehicles. Now, I ain't hear Mel come out and say anything about it, Tisha. I didn't hear Mel after all of that shit came out that Martell Holt said, posted pictures of the guy and everything else. We ain't see Mel come out and be that low down and dirty and say, you know what? Since Tisha said this about what Martell propositioned in a limo, I'm going to go ahead and say this about her. The difference is integrity. The difference is I don't hate y'all like that. I ain't set up like that. And whatever gonna happen to y'all is gonna happen to y'all. I ain't gotta stoop to your level. Mel didn't come out and say a damn thing. She could have though. And I'm gonna tell you, if you sat on a reunion stage with me months before and you said you the one said this, I would have come out with it. Absolutely. I'm not Mel. Absolutely. Let's continue this BS.
You made the statement at that adult game. That's when I was like, no, don't play me like that, dude. Like, stop it. But the inappropriate text message that I found out about later, Marcel text Mel, and I think he was like, I'm rooting for you guys, or
listen to
I
this
want y'all to win, or
bullshit.
something like that. And Mel was like, you mean me and Martell, or just me? And
I'm going to pause right there. So this inappropriate test message, TESS message that Tisha told Destiny that Mel sent or whatever responded to Marceau. Marceau reached out, sent Mel a text message years ago and said, I'm rooting for y'all. Now, let me tell you guys something. If this Negro been embarrassing me every damn day, if this Negro got his bird out here out of control on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever, think back to the Ariana Curry days. My response would have been, wait a minute, you rooting for us? And Mel is about to clear that up. Or are you rooting for me? Rooting for me, Tisha, it's nothing inappropriate about that. And you know that. And if you are that insecure, had you and Marceau celebrating 16, 17 years of marriage. But conveniently, Tisha about to clear it up. She ain't cleared it up with Destiny though. Now, Destiny, you go ahead and say it and you put it out there. Then I'm going to come back. This is some straight bullshit. Let's continue.
felt like that right there was not a good response to a married man.
Do you remember that melody?
I don't remember that text, but hearing her say it, she's allowed to feel however she felt about it. I can say at times Marcel would text positive stuff. Maurice, I'm going to keep it a buck. When everything went down, all of us were super close. So Maurice used to counsel me a lot. I know he used to talk to Marcel a lot. Marcel used to try to talk. Everybody was trying to fix it. If he texted me and said, man, I'm rooting for y'all, man, if I said me and Marcel are just me, I probably wasn't fooling with Marcel. Like, don't be rooting for me and Marcel. Don't root for us. If you're going to root for me solo. But
root for me solo. Is it me, guys? Like, seriously, what was inappropriate about that? While Mel just is, is saying how that went down, she looked over at Maurice and said, Maurice used to text us. Everybody was rooting for them to stay together. So, yeah, they was texting Mel, they was texting Martell and all of that. But Tisha, what was inappropriate about Mel responding back? Again, this nigga done had a baby on her, cheating on her, wouldn't stop, could have brought COVID home and all of that. What is inappropriate about her saying, root for me solo? Yeah, no, don't root for us. Are you rooting for me? Rooting for me don't say, come on over here and let's get it on. Wow, Tisha, wow. Oh, I see why Mel is gone. Let's continue.
she felt that was inappropriate for her. That's how she felt. What I can tell you is none of these folks up here on this stage, except the one I was once married to, have I ever came on to. Have I ever been appropriate? Fletcher and Nell are here. They've been around as well. Ask them. I don't try to sit around and do inappropriate. I'm not even going to entertain it, to be honest. It's weird. And they haven't come on to me either. Nobody. So
you guys heard that. Not a nan person on that stage stopped Mel when she said, none of these people have I ever come on to in an inappropriate way. None of these people. Marceau then asked, have they tried to come on to you? She said no. Nobody. Destiny the one that's special. Destiny is the one that is special. But listen to Tisha try to clear this up, child. It just don't even make sense to me.
I don't know. It's weird.
If we did stuff like that, I wouldn't tell her to get her ass up and go home. We don't.
Thank you, Neil Fletcher. Neil Fletcher just said, hey, if we was down with the get down, I wouldn't even have told Destiny, you may want to get your straggling along ass up and go home. Why do people have to tell your grown behind to leave married folks' homes? What you spending the night for, Destiny? You know how to get in your car and go. But Neil Fletcher's even letting it be known, if all of us was down like that, ain't no reason for me to tell Destiny, you need to go home. Girl, stay. Ooh, y'all about to get it in. That's what she would have said. This is trash.
And the thing is, I trust my husband with my friends. Like, they go through things. He gives them advice. It is what it is. They're like my sisters. So I've never thought anything about Marcel and Mel talking on the phone when Martel was going through this.
Wait a minute now, Tisha. That ain't what you just said. Right there, she said she trusts her husband. And she's never felt anything inappropriate when it comes to Marceau and Mel. Well, how the hell you end up telling Destiny about a text message if you've never felt that they have ever acted in a way that was inappropriate? Y'all see the plot, right? And y'all see why Mel left this shit, right? Because guess what would have been the topic of conversation next season had Mel not bounced from this show? All of this.
Or even before that, because Mel and Marcel used to like this is advice to one another.
Now I wish y'all could see Destiny's face. Because see, now Tisha done snapped out of it. So now she's saying how Mel and Marceau used to give each other business advice and all of that. And Destiny looking at her like, you bitch. You mean to tell me you're not going to stand on my side? Wow.
Advice from Marceau goes to her meeting, give her tips. Yeah. Like, so I never thought of anything.
Obviously,
Tisha just said now, I've never thought of anything, but obviously you did. Because you sat there and had that conversation with Destiny about a test message that you know was straight bullshit. Either you felt that way or you didn't. It's really that simple. We only got a couple more minutes. Let's continue.
Secret, right? That you Original Six have a sort of legacy, a history of friendships. And me being present now, just doing the show for the past 7 years, I even don't think there was ever any lines being crossed when it comes to all this couples. I think
everybody on the stage is shaking their head no. Basically agreeing with Carlos that there has never been anything inappropriate between them. Everybody but Destiny.
I think the beauty of y'all even
Martel just shook his head agreeing with Carlos. There's never been anything inappropriate between us.
Today that I do see is there is this very, sometimes dysfunctional, but there is this level of respect that you guys have just based on the history. And
Carlos, I'm going to stop you right there. There is absolutely zero respect because throughout this whole little segment, nobody said, hold up, Destiny. Now, you know that's wrong. Nobody said, well, Tisha, wait a minute now. You just said that the text was inappropriate, but now you're saying it's not. Now you're saying you ain't never felt that way. No, how is that respectful? How?
Believe for 1 second that any of you guys wanted each other. I don't think that. And the reason why we're bringing this up is because, again, I wanted you to be able to clear it based on the comment that was made because it was thrown out in the air, and I wanted to be able to address it. Okay?
All right. You guys heard it. So at the end, Destiny's sitting there with a stank face because everybody else on that stage, including her bro, said nothing inappropriate happened. But again, the chosen one, The chosen one that ain't got a man right now, can't keep man leaving up for producers and everything else. The chosen one want people to believe, but it happened to me. Wait a minute now. It happened to me. That girl is dangerous. And I don't know about you guys. Like I said, I don't condone. I got to say, Lord, forgive me, because I condone it. When it's situated. Destiny, you are trash. You are trash. And I'm going to say, I hope that LeBaric get full custody of that boy. I do hope that Destiny go and get her some extensive, real therapy, because you need it. If what you said on this stage, we can even get to the point real quickly. I still got my recap. But for her to think that Mel and Sonny conspired, set up for Sonny and Moses to not only get together, but get married and all of that, just so Moses can catch a glimpse of Destiny, that lets you know the level of delusion. That lets you know that mentally, in my opinion, she not wrapped too tight. Because look, Sonny and Moses could have just faked and act like they were dating if they both just wanted to get in front of the camera. They ain't have to get married, Destiny. But Destiny know that Carlos, everybody that saw clips of that podcast, Mel was shocked when Sonny and Moses walked out on that set. Sonny said last night she hadn't seen Mel or Destiny or talked to them since that show in St. Louis. But Destiny has made it up in her mind, because everybody out to get me. Everybody out to get me. I'm scared. I don't even want to spend the night at your house. Everybody want me. Girl, bye. Your ass crazy. That's what I'm saying. And I know there is nothing to collect. I would sue the shit out of Destiny. That's the legal way to do things. That's the legal way to handle it. And, you ain't got shit, just me, personally. I don't even want to take the legal route. I want to take the street route. Just because you don't give a damn about your life, just because you don't give a damn about your child, just because you don't give a damn about the shit that's going to come back on you when these kids get older and you got to answer questions like this. And Destiny and Martell both, in my opinion, they both are willing to lie to their kids down the line and now. It's no telling what Destiny has put in that boy's head, her son, to say against his own damn daddy. So Dion, if you ever see this, I've been saying it since you stepped on the scene and sat over there with them foggy ass glasses, that you just as crazy as Destiny. Because if you, being a life coach, a therapist, or whatever the hell you are, if you didn't advise her against all of this shit, you crazy too. Lowdown. Ooh, child, hold on, y'all. I'm dropping everything over here. Let me read some comments. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? I'm out of here within the next 5 minutes. I'll say this before I even get to some comments. That scene was left out there on purpose. We've been talking about that it was still too late. You know what I'm saying? It was still too late based off of the synopsis for the episode. So the damage was already done. Destiny claims Martell and Mel groomed her for a threesome. And as I told the Cutie crew last night, Gayla, you know them glasses foggy as hell. She's sitting over there looking crazy as hell, with about 5 people in the chat. But as I pointed out last night, when I read this over again, even the way that they have this on this synopsis, Destiny claims Martell and Melody groomed her. That means it went through. Wasn't no tried to groom, and it never happened. She said groomed her. She said, whoever submitted this said, Carlos King and Kingdom Reign said, OWN said, all of y'all said. The damage is done. But for that episode to air on Philo, I think that was purposely, because there is a thing called a cease and desist. Don't play that we sent you originally, but here you go. Here is the altered version of this episode. Philo didn't get it, but I'm sure Mel got it by now. It's reckless, and yeah, I'm suing. That's just it. That's all. That's it. Tawana, I got you. Hold on. Mama 2, you said she is ill, point blank, period. Tawana said, in my opinion, Tisha was yapping at that park scene. Martell texted Melody to let her know Tisha is trash. And you're right, Tawana, because remember, Tawana, I'm cackling at that baby. We're going to talk about the Pakistan mama tomorrow. But I saw that the baby that they had dressed up like the chick. But we know that when Mel met up with Tisha and Marceau, after they seen the light, child, everything that Martell has done all these other years didn't mean nothing. But when Tisha and Marceau was called out at that park, and they ended up meeting with Mel, they had a change of heart about everything. And Mel told them then, you know what? He did text me. He did text me. So yeah, you know, Tisha said a whole lot about Mel in that scene. Why, Tisha? If your argument was just with Martell, if you just said that it was Martell. Last week, Tisha, you said it was Martell who was telling Mel and his baby mama everything. Well, what's your smoke with Mel? She still ain't came out and said what you called and asked her about in December. She still didn't say anything about the Buick. You in the back of the Buick, slobbing a knob, allegedly, according to Marceau. She still ain't said that to you. But you conveniently put her in Martell's shit, still after she didn't divorce them. It's crazy. Erica says, spreading it wide and dropping it low. Hey, Erica. Destiny will have her day, for sure. Cookie from the Shy said, in my opinion, that was the conversation that Tisha and Destiny had in that hotel that Mel overheard. Could be, and also couldn't be, because according to Tisha, she told Destiny that after that field day, trip or whatever. But what we do know, Cookie, is, and it could be that, I'm not saying you're wrong, they said something in order for Mel to cut that damn friendship off, in order to for Mel to make up in her mind that day, at that moment, yeah, I'm done with this one here. I'm done with this one here. Somebody that then gave this girl thousands of dollars to help her out. Where they do this at? And now she is sitting up. Look, if a groomer tried to give me a penny, I'm not taking it. Destiny. Somebody that I'm scared of from even sleeping in their house. You couldn't give me a penny. Not you. They got me shook. They got me scared. They got me... Who accepts money from people like that? Somebody that will lie about any damn thing. That's who. Still ain't paid that girl back her money. You got all this shit to say about Mel. You still hasn't paid her money back. $5,000-$6,000. She helped you when your husband left. She helped you when you had utility notices on your door. You didn't even ask for it, Destiny. but a friend saw that you were in a time of need and assisted you, and you are out here saying this mess right now. Low down and dirty. Low down. That's why I believe Mel's attorney had contacted them. Who, the networks, Ronia? Those of us that watched last night, we know that what we watched. And I have DirecTV. None of this was aired. Again, too late. And we can tell that it was choppy. We can tell that they added things in. We could tell all of that. And we know that they did that based off of Mel's video. This one. Based off of this. When Mel came out and said she was done and she broke down everything. She broke down the plots. She also broke down that, yeah, they're going to be hearing from my attorney. But, I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less from people like Destiny Payton. And again, AC, her girl, who she hangs out with. Destiny upset that Sonny put up a Maury post on YouTube or Instagram or whatever it was. But Destiny ain't never thought that Mel would be upset that you put her own damn kids on social media. A video of them. You didn't make a post like Sonny did and say, hey, I'm with Martell, AC, and Mel's kids. No, you posted that video and made sure to pan that video around on each child plus AC and her kids. And again, just me and, the people that I grew up with, roll with, still would have been sitting outside your goddamn house. Y'all gonna stop playing with folks, whether that's voluntarily or involuntarily. Y'all playing with fire, like for real, for real. Let's see. That was the whole purpose, Ronia. This is what Destiny has done, man. Newsflash to everybody. I don't give a damn what y'all come out here and say about Mel. That's not going to stop my support of her. If anything, y'all making folks want to support her even more. But that's Destiny's goal. That's Martell's goal, to hurt Mel's reputation. The reason why Mel has the support that she has now is because of these same behaviors. And for people that just did not turn a blind eye and not come out here and not say, that's messed up. Wait a minute now. Marceau said, what about the mama? They let their brother say what? Destiny say this, Tisha say this, Kimmy. This is how the support started. So if anything, it's going to continue. But it is my hope that trash of a season, next season, don't even hit the time of day. That's my hope. I see the boycotts and all of that that's going around. We had a discussion about this last night as well. I hope that it don't see the light of day. This is pure D garbage. Trash. And anybody that will continue to hold their head up high on that show, y'all trash. Kimmy, Maurice, Marceau, Tisha, Trisha, Ken, all of y'all trash. If you all can work alongside somebody that is willing to stoop to this level. Carlos, if you sign Destiny on for another season, you trash. Well, you trash anyway. Trash. This is what y'all want to pump out to folks? Like for real. SKR said all of this devious mess, all because they want Mel to apologize and take accountability. Girl, take accountability for what? If Kimmy can sit her ass on that stage and say, oh, well, yeah, I should have known that Destiny was going through things and maybe she needed a little time. Kimmy, your ass ain't never said that shit about Mel. Y'all talked about, gossip about, knew about what she was going through. But you never said that about Mel. Maybe she need a little time. Maybe this is why she's reacting this way. So let all of them hold themselves accountable. You know what I'm saying? Mel is gone from that show. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Let me properly thank you guys that sent me cash app. StreamYard, cash app, and super chat. Thank you guys again. I am so sorry. Drop down in the comment section if you guys have some important comments that you want me to see. Even in my comment section, please be creative. You cannot cuss. You cannot. YouTube picks up on a lot of words. So just be creative in your response. But as I mentioned, Cutie Crew, this will be tomorrow. This will be tomorrow evening, because you guys know we want to be able to watch this and discuss this. Let me take this banner off. The video for the audio that we just heard, I know you guys want to be able to watch it and discuss it. So I think I'm going to schedule it tomorrow for 7 Central, somewhere around that time. Deliciamo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super sticker. But look, everybody be careful, please. No drinking and driving. If you are going to, to celebrate, I don't know, I got 2 options. Please make sure to be careful, be safe. Go Jalen Hurts. That's all I care about. Go Eagles. And again, we will discuss. Yes, D. Yes, ma'am. Is the video? No. Personality? No. That was the episode that was supposed to air last week. And what I did, child, when shout out to those of you that sent me the clips from TikTok early this morning. And I went over there. I left a comment on one of the videos. But I said, hell, I'm just going to go and sign up for Philo. They got a, little trial. So I signed up so I can get the full scene uninterrupted and all of that. And then what I'm also going to do is make sure that I record the episode that will be airing this coming Saturday in case there's something on that we don't see. But no, they had this on Philo as episode 2. Season, part 2 of the reunion. And yeah, it's out there now. So Mel, take all the time that you need. If you haven't already, please get some attorneys on this mess. It aired. It slipped through the cracks. And that's why I had on my thumbnail, because I think it was purposely. Who planted this grooming tape to be released? I'll change that and put who planted this episode of the grooming accusations to be released. I'm going to edit that now. That was planted. That was done on purpose. All the other people didn't get the memo, but this one company didn't. They feel like Philo is a little small company. A couple people online may have subscriptions and all of that. No, ma'am, no, sir, no network, no Carlos, no nobody. I'm suing y'all ass. And like I say, Destiny, you ain't got a damn thing to sue for. So alternate measures, if it would have been me, as you got off that plane coming from LA saying all this bullshit. Y'all too bold for me. Shout out to the Shy. And look, some of the things that happen in the Shy, I am not down for. I'm just going to put that little disclaimer out there. But a lot of it I am. Y'all too bold. Destiny, Ariane, y'all real bold. Real bold. So shout out to LeBerick. Get your baby up out of that. Because see, false accusations can be passed down, you know, and the child end up saying false accusations about people. Or again, she can groom, in my opinion, allegedly, her own child to say some lies about his daddy. This chick is dangerous. She's dangerous. So I'm out of here. Again, thank you guys, each and every one of you, for joining me. If you did not, in StreamYard, you better play this when I click play. If you did not, hit the like button. Please go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. Shout out to the Cutie Mods, Pink Diva, Tyra, LaDawn, Linda Gamble, and Aunt Debbie. Thank you guys so much for modding the chat. Sammy, absolutely. Yeah, you still sue her in the event of she get $5. I want it. $500. I want it. You know? Yeah, still sue, but girl, bye. Where I come from, you know, baby, that's all I got to say. But I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Thank you guys again. Go Eagles. I'll chat with you guys soon.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.